All right, chat. So there's a couple things we need to take a look at, right? Apparently, this just happened just recently. Some dude killed a child over Fortnite. If you could not believe it, to be honest. If you actually cannot believe it, someone actually took someone's life because of a Fortnite match. Because of Fortnite. That's literally it, man. Just because of Fortnite. That's crazy. Anyways, let's go delve into it. Optimus has the scoop on us. We're gonna take a look at it and see what's happening. Honestly, disgusting behavior. Already automatically disgusting. You're gonna get mad over a game. That's crazy. The worst part about it looks like it's a girl too as well.
Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be taking
This is sad.
a look
This
at
is really
a pretty
sad.
tragic story. This is one that really I can't even wrap my head around why you would do something like this. Now, the article is going to suggest he was angry over a Fortnite loss, as you can see by the title of the video here, but I think we can all agree that no matter how mad you get over losing a game of Fortnite, that it doesn't just magically make you capable of pulling something like this off.
Yeah.
There has to be a very deep-seated, deep-rooted layer of mental illness, psychopathy, even consider doing this.
Anger
right?
management.
So this is all taking place in France, and apparently
Oh, in
this guy got
France.
mad over a Fortnite loss, just went stalking the streets and decided to kill somebody's 11-year-old daughter over, apparently it was like an attempted robbery here. Very weird chain of events. Like, you lose a video game and you're like, okay, I gotta go rob somebody's daughter in the street, right? So a 23-year-old unemployed Frenchman said he murdered an 11-year-old girl earlier this month because he was in a rage over losing a game of Fortnite, according to media reports in France. A man identified as Owen L. told police he was angry over losing at the popular video game and had a fight with another gamer before leaving to go outside and walk around to release his frustration. In France, the surnames of suspects are not divulged by police. Police found the body of Louis Lassalle, 11, in the town of Épinay-sur-Orge, I believe is how you say that, located in Essonne, about 16 miles south of France on February 8th. So I guess he lost a game of Fortnite, and I don't know how, but he started talking to somebody else, and I guess they got in a little bit of an argument. I'm sure many of you know how that goes.
What?
There was probably some trash talk that took place. Maybe he was playing duos or something, and he fucked up. Dude probably called him shit or something, and next thing you know, I guess he was so angry over what took place that he decided to walk around town until he found an 11-year-old girl to take all of his anger and frustration out on. Really takes a very tough, awesome, big, brolic man, right, to hunt the streets down to find an 11-year-old defenseless girl to violate and kill, right? That's real tough.
Crazy.
That's some real big masculine energy right there, bro. So, quote, while playing Fortnite, he had an altercation online with another player who insulted him. Prosecutor Gregor Dulin said, according to French media, quote, very angry, he stopped playing and went out to calm down. The suspect said he planned to, quote, rob or extort money from someone to calm down, but, quote, accidentally crossed paths with Louise, quote, whom he did not know, according to Dolan. Quote, he spotted her mobile while she was carrying on a cord around her neck and decided to follow her, Dolan said. So this already doesn't make any sense, because to claim that he accidentally crossed paths with her is just completely bullshit. I mean, the guy literally chose to go walking around town to vent his frustration by robbing somebody of their money, which I don't even understand that. Like,
what's the logic in that? What is the actual logic in this? It makes no sense. I've gotten mad before in a video game, but that was like during back in like Black Ops 2 days, like early Black Ops days, right? But I never got that mad. Like, I never got like to the mad to the point where I'm like punching, slamming my slamming my fist on the desk, or punching the wall, or throwing a controller, or anything of that sort of nature. Like, I get mad and it's just like But it's not like that crazy though. I just kind of get over it after a while, you know?
Like, once again, you have to just be
It
fucking
doesn't take that
mentally
long for me to get
disturbed,
over it,
just like
so
brain ruined for that to be it. Normal people, right? You get a little mad, right? I
yeah.
get being mad over a video game.
Yeah.
I think everyone watching this video understands getting mad over losing in a video
Yeah,
game,
of course.
over being shit talked, probably by some cuck on the internet
Yep.
who you don't know, right? Like, I
Dude,
get the
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was playing Marvel Rivals with Yummy one day, and some dude was literally telling me how to play the game, and I literally told him to shut up and stop telling me how to play the game. Cause he's like, oh, cause you haven't ulted or anything like that. And I'm like, well, there's no point of ulting because number one, there's not really a good position to ult people right now. And besides that, I was doing fine with my auto attacks. I had like a good amount of kills, just like auto attacking and like throwing my squid down and everything. Because we were just playing a public match. We weren't even playing ranked or anything. We were just playing a normal public match. We still won. Let me remind you, we won. And this person is still getting upset and literally telling me how to play the game. And I'm like, bro, it's not that serious. I'm talking to someone. I'm hanging out with someone, okay? There's no way I can multitask two things at the same time. So, you know, I was like, I have my ultimate, but I'm just waiting for a good opportunity to use it. And so far, we were doing pretty all right. So we were doing fine. Like, we were doing fine. There was no point of me ulting. But the person was like, just kept pestering me over and over and over again. It's just like, oh my God, dude, shut up.
frustration there, but to say, oh, well, then I just walked outside to rob somebody and I accidentally crossed paths with this 11-year-old girl. Like, nah, man, you knew exactly what the fuck you were doing. Anyone with a brain can tell exactly what was happening here. This guy was walking around.
It's so
looking
dumb,
for a target,
honestly.
and he probably saw mostly like men.
The amount of rage I get from Rivals Ranked, I still wouldn't kill someone over it. Go through gym and punish a sandbag if you must. Like for me personally, like I literally just criticize like my own teammates and stuff like that when I get angry or so, you know. Like, but even then it's like now at this point I don't really get that much angry. Like I'll call my teams like a bunch of vaginas, you know, for not playing the objective or anything like that, or like, you know, or just kind of make fun of them, and that's pretty much about it. Nothing like too serious or anything like that.
Adult men walking around, people he deemed could probably defend themselves if he went up and tried to fuck with them, right? And so, of course, given the fact that they could defend themselves from him, he probably ignored a lot of those guys, right? But then he sees this 11-year-old girl who obviously is alone. She probably can't really defend herself unless she's the fucking Karate Kid or just magically pulls out a fucking Glock with a switch or something, right? Like, and then he decides, oh, okay, this is an easy enough target for me. Let me go ahead and follow that, right? So I'm not buying this whole, oh, it was just an accidental path crossing thing, right? That just doesn't sound realistic whatsoever. And honestly, when your idea of letting off your anger, like letting off some steam is just, well, let's go around and fucking harass people, rob people, right? It really doesn't matter to me whether or not this was an accident. I really don't know how they do things over in France, but this is one of those stories where I think that you gotta give them the death penalty, man. If the French are anything like they used to be,
we would have to start all over again from the beginning,
right? Because
if you actually kill one of them, we would start literally back from the beginning.
There's nothing you could say that would justify doing something like this. The suspect apparently lured the girl into the woods by telling her he'd lost something. Quote, when they'd reached a quiet spot, he told her he was going to search her things to steal money while threatening her with a knife. The prosecutor said she started screaming, panicked, he pushed her to the ground and stabbed her. LaSalle's phone was found beside her body. There was no evidence of any sexual assault, Doolin said. The prosecutor's office said male DNA was found on the child's hands.
What the fuck? That's also number one. That is like a red flag right there, you know? That is red flag right there.
The suspect had tried to get another girl to go in the woods with him, but she refused, France's TF1 reported. TF1 said the suspect had reportedly told his girlfriend he'd, quote, done something serious and had gotten rid of the murder weapon, bleached his clothes, and threw them in the garbage. So, once again, you know, oh, I accidentally crossed paths with this girl, he claims, as the story confirms he literally tried to lure another girl into the woods. Now, like I said, it takes a real tough, fucking strong man who is really comfortable with himself to to lure children into the woods and hold them at knife point to rob them. I mean, what kind of fucking person, right? I don't have any respect for anybody who like robs people or fucking like harms innocent people in society anyway, but the fact that you couldn't do this to like a man or somebody who could protect themselves, it makes it even more just like vicious and vile and disgusting, right? I can't even imagine what this poor girl's family is going through, imagining what happened here, right? Knowing that they will never see their daughter again, they'll never see the person that they brought into the world again, all because some fucking loser decided to stalk around town with a knife to try and rob people because some random chud on the internet got him in his feelings. That's the craziest part here. This guy was so uncomfortable in his own mind, right? Was so insecure, was just so easy to set off, that some random fucking guy on the internet, like calling him shit at Fortnite, made him brutally murder somebody's child over money, right? It's like, hey buddy, have you ever heard of getting a fucking job? You know? Maybe then you wouldn't have to rob people's daughters and stab them to death in the woods. I mean, how does this even come to mind for you, right? Most people, when they lose it in the video game, they just do this magical thing, right? This is a crazy concept. You're losing in the game, you're not having fun anymore, so you press this thing called the power button, and it shuts off your computer or your PlayStation or whatever, right? And then you go read a book, or you go watch TV, or you go for a jog, you know what I mean? It really is.
For me specifically, I just kind of keep playing because, you know, it's just only like one match, you know, it's not that fucking crazy, you know. Maybe you'll win the next match or the next following match, you know. So it's just kind of like,
isn't that hard to just deal with it. It's a fucking video game. There's no excuse, once again, that can justify doing this, but the fact that out of all fucking video games that was able to work him up to this point, it was literally Fortnite, a game designed for children primarily. How embarrassing is that, man? Not only are you like a huge fucking loser for what you did, but you did it for the weakest, saddest reason possible. I mean, imagine when the other prisoners hear about this, right? Because in prison, they usually find out what you did, right? Even if it takes
for me personally, it doesn't really take that long for me to win the next match or so, you know, because I usually try to end my day or so with a W match, at least one W match, even if I'm losing consecutively, you know.
Because this is an international story. This happened in France, and I'm reading about it here in the USA. So usually, like, one prisoner hears from the grapevine, like, oh, the dude in your block, yeah, he killed a little girl over Fortnite after robbing them. Now, once these prisoners find out what this guy was up to, man, I can only assume it's gonna get real bad for him in jail. He's gonna be in there actually fighting for his life. You thought Fortnite was bad, buddy? You're getting boxed up by some kid who's calling you dog shit, and that's enough to have you out here acting this way. Imagine what's gonna happen when Big Philippe or Big Jean fucking catches you over there in the meal house or whatever, right? They got your ass, buddy. It's over. Because people who harm children or do like vile acts against children, they typically are not treated very well in prison whatsoever. And honestly, for very good reason. Like, someone who is capable of doing something like this and even goes through with doing something like this, they gotta be treated like second-class citizens, man. They gotta be treated like fucking
granted, I don't know how it's gonna work out for them.
And then also, the article suggests that, like, he went home, he told his girlfriend he did something serious. It's just crazy to me that somebody who has a life enough to have, like, a girlfriend and a place to be, to throw it all away for something like this, I mean, just absolutely mind-blowing to me. And then, of course, you know, when a crime like this happens, it doesn't just affect, like, one person, like the girl who lost her life. Now the entire family is affected forever, and the little girl's friends who, you know, they no longer have their friend because she was murdered. This affects so many people. It's shit like this that really holds society back in so many different ways. All for such a selfish and fucking stupid reason, man. So the article also says,
I hope Optimus knows that if you make it to the place or so fast enough, you'll be able to save the girl.
The 24-year-old girlfriend has been charged with not reporting the crime, and the suspect lived with his parents and had a rap sheet with a history of petty crimes. His older sister reportedly filed a police complaint against him in April of 2023, accusing him of being violent and aggressive. So I don't necessarily know how the girlfriend boyfriend got charged with a crime, because the article is a little, you know, vague in the wording here.
True.
Now, obviously, he apparently told her he did something serious, but from the way that it sounds, he didn't like confess to murder, you know?
Yeah.
Now it says he like got rid of the murder weapon. I don't know if he told her like, yeah, I got rid of the weapon I did it with or whatever. I would assume that just from the fact that she was arrested and charged, she must have been told something that she should be able to like, you know that she has to report it to the police, but it doesn't really like let you know particularly what it was that got her charged. But ultimately the police found it worthy, I guess, to arrest her for this, for not reporting the crime, which, I mean, if she knew even vaguely what happened and didn't report it, yeah, she absolutely deserves to be arrested too. But of course, shocker, the suspect had a history of petty crime. So this wasn't just some golden boy, you know, some college grad who had never done anything wrong, never had as much as even a speeding ticket, right? This was somebody with a rap sheet with like a long list of criminal activity. And a lot of the time when it comes to psychos like this who are capable of murdering your daughter in a robbery over a Fortnite loss, right? They are actually like career criminals that just constantly violate the law and hold the rest of society back. It's pretty typical that that's how that goes. So also no surprise here that even his own family had reported the guy before for being violent and aggressive. Who would have thought? Who would have thought the guy,
he definitely has some
capable of
anger
losing in
management
Fortnite,
issues,
getting shit talked on the
100%.
internet, and then murdering a middle schooler in a robbery? Who would have thought that that guy maybe had some violent tendencies before, right? So just a sad, terrible story, and it's one of those ones I'm certain that a lot of people are gonna read it and they're gonna be like, oh, look at what the video games did. The video games made this guy kill somebody's daughter. This video game is just too violent. It's ruining our society, right? Obviously, we all know the video game had nothing to do with this. There's, like I said, children. There's 3-year-old kids that are currently playing Fortnite as we speak. And mysteriously, nobody else is going around murdering people, hurting people over
Run,
fucking
Optimus,
Fortnite
run.
losses, right?
Go
So
save
it
her.
has nothing to do with the game or like, oh, well, the
I don't
loss
think he
in
knows.
Fortnite is what sent him over the edge. No. This was a
That's crazy,
former
though.
criminal, basically a career criminal the way it sounds, who had been even reported by his own family members to authorities for being a violent sociopath and a piece of shit, right? So it's just an insane story. I figured, fuck it, let's go ahead and talk about it. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe
Run,
if you're brand
Optimus,
new around here on
run.
the
Go
channel,
save her.
follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @subtooptimus. Make sure to check out
It's too late
Shoptimus
already,
down
so.
below. Thank you to
Yeah,
my Watch
it's already
Optimus
too late.
subscribers. Your support helps the channel tremendously.
Man, that's crazy though. Jesus Christ. Honestly, personally, like I get mad at video games, but I don't get that mad. Like I've never I've never you know like done this or so like out of anger or anything like that. I do it for like jokingly or so, you know. But like I've never like punched my wall or like hit my desk or like threw my controller. Like I never get that mad or anything. I've seen them in like in videos and stuff like that, but I've never gotten that mad or so. I've never gotten mad towards anybody. You know, a loss is a loss. It's just kind of like, you know, I'll critique and make fun of my teammates about it, you know, of why we lost when it was, you know, could have been an easy win. But nothing that serious though. But to do that and kill a child, I feel like there's damn. It's like there's some things kind of don't add up a little bit, but overall it's still kind of crazy though, personally. I don't know, chat. I did slam on a few souls like bosses, but that's like soul like bosses though. That's you know that's fine. I'm talking about like PvP aspect games, you know. I've never gotten like to the point of that angry over a PvP match, you know, because this is Fortnite at the end of the day, right? It's a PvP game, you know, compared to like a single player game. It's completely different, you know. But it's like I'm gonna take my anger out at just some random child just walking down the street, you know. It just doesn't make any sense, especially this guy who didn't have a job. How old was this guy? Was this guy like 20 something years old or something like that? Yeah, a 23-year-old unemployed dude. I'm I'm like, God damn, dude, you're unemployed. You don't even have a job. That's probably the, instead of playing Fortnite, that's probably the one thing you should probably do is try to see if you can get your hands on a job. Apply like, I don't know, maybe like 10 plus jobs and see what you get. You just gotta wait after a while. But even then, it's just like, bro, it's not that serious. At the end of the day, it's just a match. It's just a Fortnite match. But hey, it is what it is, right? Unfortunately, a child was lost, as of recently, which kind of sucks, which is very, 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 very unfortunate. My condolences to the family, losing their, it kind of distraughts their family completely. It just kind of like puts fear in them, because if they have another child, right? If they have a child, right? Another child, right? They have like a younger sister or something like that, right? They're going to be super protective over her because they're not going to let her out. They'll be like, oh, some crazy person is going to come in and, do this to you, He's definitely not right in the head 100%. So, yeah, it just kind of sucks though. It's just unfortunate. Just bad timing, I guess. Wrong place, wrong time, I guess, but I don't know, man. That's just not right, man. It's not that serious to do it over the video game. If you get mad, just walk away. If you actually cannot control your anger, just go cool off. Take it easy, man. Go watch some YouTube videos. Maybe watch some like how to get better at the game. Watch some like tips and tricks and stuff. Or like, I don't know, anything else besides that. But anyways, that's the end of the video. You guys can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy jazzy stuff. And yeah, honestly, scary, very terrifying. That's also the one of the things I'm terrified too as well. That's why I'd never let my child walk alone, because I'll take my child no matter what, even if I'm tired or even if I'm like, or like if I'm busy doing something, I'll make sure I go with my kid wherever they're gonna go. So anyways, that's the end of the video, and peace.